Once upon a time, in a small village in Africa, there lived a young man named Panshak. Panshak had a jovial nature and a heart full of dreams and ambitions. However, there was one obstacle that seemed to hold him back from achieving his goals: his addiction to alcohol. Panshak would spend most of his days with his friends at the local tavern, indulging in excessive drinking and forgetting about the world outside. Gradually, this habit began to consume him, affecting his health, relationships, and overall well-being. Panshak's family and friends grew concerned and tried to intervene, but he shrugged off their worries and continued his destructive behavior. One eventful day, Panshak stumbled upon an old wise man while wandering on the outskirts of the village. Intrigued by the wizened appearance and the wisdom he possessed, Panshak approached the old man. Sensing the young man's turmoil, the wise man offered to guide him on his journey to break free from his self-destructive cycle. "Listen, my dear friends," Ngunan, the old wise man, spoke with a solemn tone. "I have a tale to tell, a story that reveals the negative implications of a drunkard's behavior." Once, in a faraway land, there lived a man named Manji. Manji was known throughout the village for his intellect and talents. However, he succumbed to the allure of alcohol and soon sank into the abyss of addiction. His days were filled with empty bottles and his nights with hazy memories. As the days turned into years, Manji's once bright future began to dim. His family and friends grew weary of his drunken antics and eventually distanced themselves. The village elders, who had once admired his intelligence, began to view him as a mere shadow of his former self. Manji's appearance deteriorated, and he lost his job, leaving him penniless and dependent on the generosity of others. His health declined rapidly, and he became a burden on the community, relying on their support to survive. One day, the village was struck by a severe drought. With food supplies dwindling, each member was tasked with contributing what they could. However, Kale had nothing to offer except his weary body and a remorseful heart. The villagers, though sympathetic, could not ignore the consequences of his actions. Ngunan paused for a moment, scanning the somber faces surrounding him. The villagers, including Panshak, listened intently, absorbing every word. "My friends, the tale of Panshak serves as a cautionary lesson to us all," Ngunan continued. "A drunkard's behavior not only harms themselves but also erodes the trust and support of those around them. It clouds their judgment, robs them of their potential, and leaves them trapped in an unending cycle of despair." As these words resonated within Panshak's mind, his heart filled with a newfound understanding. He realized that his affinity for alcohol, if left unchecked, could lead him down a similar path as Manji. In that moment, he made a firm decision to change his ways and break free from the shackles of addiction. From that day forward, Panshak dedicated himself to a life of sobriety. He sought guidance from Ngunan, who became his mentor, teaching him the value of self-control and the importance of nurturing his natural talents. With time, Panshak regained the trust and respect of his community, becoming an inspiration to others who shared his struggle. And so, the tale of Manji not only enlightened Panshak but also served as a reminder to the villagers of the destructive nature of a drunkard's behavior. From that day forward, they resolved to support and guide those who battled addiction, helping them find their way towards a brighter future. Ultimately, the old wise man's story left an indelible mark on Panshak and his village, serving as a constant reminder to embrace an enlightened path and avoid the negative implications of a drunkard's behavior. Under the guidance of the wise man, Panshak embarked on a spiritual and emotional journey to confront his addiction. The old man taught him valuable moral lessons along the way. Panshak learned that his addiction was not just a physical dependency but a symptom of deeper emotional pain and unresolved issues within himself. Addressing these underlying issues became crucial in the quest for freedom. Throughout his journey, Panshak discovered the importance of self-reflection and finding strength within. He confronted his fears, faced the consequences of his actions, and took responsibility for his choices. He sought forgiveness from those he had hurt, mending broken relationships and restoring trust. Slowly but steadily, Panshak began rebuilding his life, focusing on his dreams and passions that had been pushed aside for far too long. As Panshak's transformation unfolded, his story served as an important lesson for the rest of the village. People began to realize that addiction was not merely an individual struggle, but a collective responsibility to offer support, empathy, and understanding. They learned that condemning and isolating those who battled with addiction did not help the healing process, but compassion and acceptance did. Panshak's story highlighted the moral lessons of resilience, self-discovery, and the healing power of community. It taught the importance of recognizing and addressing one's own inner demons, as well as the value of extending a helping hand to those in need. His journey inspired others to confront their vices, break free from the shackles of addiction, and strive for a better future. In the end, Panshak not only conquered his drinking habit but also became a beacon of hope within his village. His story continues to inspire generations to embrace change, recognize their capacity for growth, and support one another on the path to self-improvement and a brighter tomorrow.